Degrees cooler in Birmingham, we'll take it. 11 degrees cooler in Cullman, we'll absolutely take it. 7 degrees cooler in Anniston. So as this boundary has dropped in, it's cooled us off just slightly. It's also pushed all the moisture along and south of the cold front. Remember, storms, showers, they love boundaries where the air collides, and that's exactly what has developed or has continued to hang on overnight into this morning. In Marengo County, just north of Demopolis and US 80, there's a shower just outside Bology. Then you've got pouring down rain and thunderstorms happening from Linden over to Hugo, and then just outside of Dayton. That's drifting to the south, and you'll notice that it's a bit more mild in west and southwest Alabama. From Demopolis back over to Aliceville at 80, Birmingham at 76. We're at 73 degrees in Anniston. Yes, we're going to be warm today, but not going to be as hot as we have been the past couple of days. So the playground, good amount of sunshine. Temperature is going to get close to the low 90s this afternoon. 95 in Tuscaloosa. I'd say anywhere between 90 and 95 east of I-65, with heat indices in the 90s, upper 90s, but triple digits the further west you travel. So West Alabama going to be steamy this afternoon. Tomorrow, calling for widely scattered showers. Saturday trending fairly wet at times. So let me take you through the next big thing. By the time Friday afternoon and evening rolls around, a couple showers in play, scattered storms through late Friday evening. Saturday morning, waking up fairly wet. 7, 8, 9, 10. When you see Matt Daniel here, he's going to be tracking some heavier downpours for you through about midday. And then that also comes in waves. I don't think it rains all day. You'll have breaks in it, but yes, some heavier downpours possible through Sunday and then continues even into Monday of next week. So today, mainly dry, a little less humid, and then Friday, low 90s, scattered showers mainly in the afternoon and evening, heavier downpours, and can only assume improvement. Look, majority of Alabama is no longer underneath a drought. In fact, look at this number. Almost 3.6 inches of rain in the surplus. This is the first time, well, for the past couple of months that we've been sitting in this surplus, but this is great news, especially as we head into fall, which is in a couple months, which typically is our driest months of the year. So anything we can put in our back pocket will be good. Look how much rain Birmingham has picked up in the month of July. I'm going to have to do some digging and seeing if that is a record or where it falls in the wettest July ever on record. For Tuscaloosa, 3 inches, which is a little bit below average, and Anniston saw over 4.5 inches of rain, putting our totals up there. We are well above where we should be in Birmingham for this time of year. Again, upwards of about 3.6 inches in the surplus. Tuscaloosa still in the surplus. Anniston, the only one in a deficit for the year so far. And look how much rain we're expecting over the next 7 days. About 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain through East Alabama. About 1 to 1.5 for West Alabama. We'll talk much more about the showers and thunderstorms we're anticipating over the weekend to help you plan your weekend ahead. All next. Let's get your first check of traffic now. We're about 5 to 10 degrees cooler across the state this morning. Can cool off very efficiently, and that's exactly what's happened. We've got a front that pushed through yesterday, sparking just a few showers and thunderstorms. Moisture now confined really along and south of US 80 down through Marengo County. That's where we're tracking a few showers this morning. Up into the city of Demopolis, just getting a pouring down shower along 43 meets US 80, and then some heavier pockets of rain back out through Thomaston. This is really just outside of Marengo County, east of 43, and some light rain also in Calvary. Low to mid 70s in East Alabama, mid to upper 70s in West Alabama. Highs today touching the lower 90s to mid 90s, really right on par for where we should be for this time of year. The thing today is that the heat index is not nearly as hot as it has been the past couple of days. Yes, it's going to be warm and steamy, but because of the lower humidity, we're going to feel more like the mid and upper 90s here in town, triple digits the further west you go. Really not tracking the risk for rain across central Alabama today. We'll be calling for scattered showers tomorrow, but better chance of rain on Saturday. In fact, Storm Prediction Center just issued A severe weather outlook for Saturday. Marginal risk for storms. The main concern, damaging winds. And if we still see signs of this heading into the weekend, we will issue a first alert weather day for Saturday. But this is your first alert as you wake up Saturday morning. Heavier downpours possible. Thunder, lightning through lunchtime. We'll see waves of rain, not all day long, but again, another round late Saturday night and into early Sunday. So keep in mind, if you've got weekend plans, you need your first alert weather app with you, because we'll see stormy conditions throughout Saturday and Sunday. Rain at times continues. Make you feel like that as well. May get you in a little spirit. It is 5:18, and right now we're looking from a top Red Mountain, 76 degrees. And you'll notice some patchy fog still in play as we wait on the sun to come up over the horizon in the next 30 minutes. From Walker to Coleman County, just very light to patchy. It's really not too dense, but it is of a concern if you do travel in those areas along 22, along 65. This is your first alert. Look at the temperature change over the last 24 hours. 5 to 50 or 5 to 10 degrees cooler this morning, all thanks to the cold front. So it did do its job. It did push the moisture out of the way. It did make us a little less humid this morning, and where that boundary is sitting right now is where it is raining. Showers and thunderstorms love boundaries. They love where the air just converges and can uplift. We've got a pretty heavy downpour just south and to the east of Demopolis near Old Spring Hill. We also have some heavier downpours near Jefferson, but notice no thunder, no lightning. Low to mid 70s in East Alabama, mid to upper 70s, 80 degrees right now in Aliceville, and we'll be topping out in the lower 90s today. Not too far off from where we should be for this time of year. West Alabama going to be in the mid 90s, and still West Alabama, you've got the potential to feel like 100 to 105, where everyone else, I think, hangouts feels more like the mid and upper 90s. Much more to talk about for the risk for rain on Saturday. Showers, thunderstorms likely, and in fact, Storm Prediction Center has given us some marginal risk for storms. Damaging winds will be a concern. Also some heavier downpours, which may lead to some localized flooding. And if models still indicate this over the next 12 hours, we may have to issue a first alert weather day. So coming up at 5:30, get a little more extra time. We'll be taking you through this hour by hour, Saturday into Sunday. So if you've got plans this weekend, don't go anywhere. I'm going to walk you through it, show you the latest first alert weather day on Saturday due to damaging wind gust and localized flooding. So a couple things that we look at is some of these downpours could become tropical, meaning they're going to support a lot of moisture in a short amount of time, and flooding is of concern. We're potentially going to be picking up close to maybe 2.25 inches of rain localized in spots through Saturday, which could lead to some localized flooding issues. Many of you, though, during the weekend, we'll see breaks in the rain. So it's not a complete washout, but we do want to go ahead and give you that first alert as there's a possibility of some stronger gustier winds. And again, that flood threat. Slight risk for flooding on Saturday from about, I'd say, Fayette down through Tuscaloosa and Hale County and points east. We'll talk much more about the timeline and show you how these models are shaking out. Sensor issues, but generally we're anywhere between 5 to 10 degrees colder at this hour, thanks to the front that has moved through. In fact, it has pushed moisture out of the way, so dry air can cool off very efficiently, and that is exactly what we have seen overnight. So at this hour, where that boundary sits, we do have some showers in play. No thunder, no lightning, so can't call them storms, but those of you in Linden, it is very wet for you right now through Thomaston and Marengo County, and then through Perry County just to the south and west of Marion, a quick downpour for you. 77 in Demopolis right now, 76 in Birmingham, low 70s happening in Anniston. So this morning may be a nice morning if it's not raining where you are to get your steps in. And this afternoon, yes, it will be warm. Temperatures will be climbing into the lower 90s to mid 90s. But here in town, we're not going to feel like 105 to 110. I think most of us will feel more like the mid and upper 90s this afternoon, triple digits in West Alabama. The focus is going to shift to Saturday here shortly. We do have a marginal risk for storms, damaging wind gust, and the potential for some localized flooding as tropical moisture will pool out ahead of this boundary that comes through. 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, heavier pockets of rain, some gust of wind that could be on the strong side. We will be issuing that first alert weather day just in 10 minutes, so stay tuned and we'll explain why we did that coming up at 6 o'clock. But notice it's not going to rain all day. There will be chunks of the day that are dry, but again, There's a secondary round by 8, 9 o'clock on Saturday night into early Sunday, where again the heavier pockets of rain could lead to some localized flooding with some strong gust of wind. Issues. I don't think it's necessarily too thick, but fog has developed, so this is your first alert on your way out the door. Look at Oak Grove. Again, you can see it there in the distance. It's also mixing with the wildfire smoke from Canada that has impacted our evening last night, which gave that red hue to the moon. Once the sun gets up and is up for several hours, the air will start mixing out. We're a little bit cooler this morning as a cold front has dropped through the state. The drier air can cool off fairly efficiently overnight, and that's what we're seeing this morning with temperatures in the lower 70s. Also tracking on our first alert AccuTrack radar, a couple showers through Marengo counties, back over through Dallas and even Perry. You've got some light rain just south of the city of Marion. Upper 70s in Utah, 76 in Birmingham, low 70s in Anniston. And again, it's a little bit drier, a little less humid today, which is going to be a nice little treat. Low 90s anticipated for the remainder of the afternoon. Expect maybe mid to upper 90s, I'd say, at least in West Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Pickens, Green Hale. You will be the warmest this afternoon. First alert weather day declared for Saturday because of the heavier downpours likely and some stronger, gustier winds. A complex comes in and marginal risk has been defined for central and north Alabama. That's the reason why we've declared that first alert weather day, because it does look like some of you could pick up close to 2.5 inches of rain in a short amount of time, which could lead to some localized flooding issues. This is Saturday morning at 8 a.m. When you see Matt Daniel, he's going to be tracking this for you, walking you through it hour by hour. By lunchtime, still dealing with heavier downpours possible. So if you've got plans on Saturday afternoon, your first alert weather app going to come in handy. We've got a secondary wave that develops late Saturday night, some heavier downpours possible, and we'll call for rain at times through Sunday as well. While the weekend is not a complete washout, it's important that you again have this first alert on your calendar. First alert weather day Saturday due to gusty winds and again potential for some localized flooding. With the rain and the storms, look at where heat levels go. We go back into the upper 80s. Saturday, Mick, we've declared this first alert weather day because of the marginal risk. While it's a low end threat, it's still something that we want to give a first alert for people on the weekend.
Yeah, it could get some gusty winds and some heavy rainfall, so that could bring about, especially lower lying areas, could have some flooding concerns.
Yeah, and you pushed that out just moments ago, and I'll have an updated forecast for the day ahead coming up to your phone.